the evolution of the music business.
You remember the 60s, you know, that era that a lot of people, you know, have these glorious memories of?
It's been a roller coaster of talent throughout the years. Long live rock or down with disco.
This is now officially the world's largest anti-disco rally.
While the styles have changed dramatically over the past 6 decades, is it possible technology could actually be the nail in the coffin? Video may have killed the radio star, but now some will tell you iTunes is killing the video star. Patrick Flanary is a music journalist who's contributed to Entertainment Weekly, Spin, Drum Magazine, among others. Well, this good to see you.
Good to see you, Russell. Thanks for having me.
Well, you're here. We're going to talk about this John Bon Jovi statement made about Steve Jobs and iTunes. Let's just put it up. He starts by saying, kids today don't know the experience of putting on the headphones, cracking them up to 10, and holding onto the album while they get lost in it.
He's right about that.
All right,
He's right about that.
He goes on to say, Steve Jobs is personally responsible for killing the music business.
Wrong.
I hate to sound like an old man now, but I am, and you mark my words, in a generation from now, people are going to say what happened. Obviously, you're going to weigh in on this because you're already doing it.
Well, I've got my iPhone here, a Steve Jobs product, an Apple product, and on here you've got the entire Bon Jovi catalog. So really, the argument doesn't hold water. You know, look, we're talking about an industry that is obviously changing. 30 years ago, it was video killed the radio star. 10 years ago, it was Napster. Now we have iTunes, which, to Steve Jobs' credit, is regulating and helping this industry. It's actually putting money in the pockets of guys like Bon Jovi. He's keeping Bon Jovi at work.
Because they were saying that Napster, because you weren't making it, because the musicians were all upset because they weren't getting money because of the outfits like Napster, correct?
Right. You had Metallica. They came out in 2000, 2001, and they were just very much against this. But then Apple came out and said, look, we're going to make it available to people. They pay $1.29 now, or maybe it's $9.99 for the entire album. And in Bon Jovi's case, you can buy a song, maybe it's Living on a Prayer, and then you decide, maybe I want the entire album, so I'll upgrade it for a small fee.
Let me ask you this then. What about, because talk about holding that album and cranking it up to 10, reading the notes and all that sort of thing. That experience is gone.
Not entirely. I still do it. I still put on the clunky headphones. I still buy vinyl, but I also download iTunes. So I think you've got a lot of demographics out there. You got, you know, my parents don't listen to records anymore, but they throw in the CD.
Yeah.
My mom is now downloading iTunes. She's got the little one you wear on your arm when you run around the neighborhood. So really, it's crossing generations. It's a really big deal. It's a great product right now. And, I mean, Bon Jovi is, you want to talk about what's killing the industry, if you go on the Bon Jovi app, also available on the iPhone.
I love that. I love that there's a Bon Jovi app.
Yeah, you'll find his ticket prices are $135 to the Orlando show May 15th. So, I don't know, maybe that's contributing to the death of music, if you will.
Let me ask you about buying albums. What do you think? Do you think we're still buying albums?
We're still buying them, we're just not buying them as much. We're not buying them as often in places like Best Buy, which, if you go there, it would bring tears to your eyes. There's maybe 3 shelves there that house compact discs.
Right.
It's like, what are those anymore? Sound quality is still over and above what you would get online. I mean, you've got lossless audio and other things for audiophiles like myself. You'd notice a little bit of loss there if you download it rather than buy it in the store. However, it's much easier. It's there. It's available. Instant gratification. That's what we're all about. We're the Twitter era now, Russell. Everything's got to happen right now.
I know. Hey, let me ask you, because we got you here, and you're the music guy. Greatest albums of all time, your picks.
Oh, man. You know, I was asked to submit this via email yesterday. They change every day. Oh, okay. These are 3 ones from last year, the Slackers. This is my favorite band. They embody every type of music imaginable. Great Rock Steady Swindle came out last year. Jacob Dylan, who is the son of somebody famous, and Tom Petty as well. I mean, those are just legendary albums, and here we're talking about some timeless ones. It's hard to pick the ones of all time. But wow, Beach Boys, Pet Sounds comes to mind. I mean, that's Brian Wilson,
Thriller.
Michael Jackson. Thriller.
Yeah, you got Thriller. I'm sorry, it still is for me.
It is. Thriller was one of the first LPs I ever got, and my grandmother gave it to me. So there you go.
Such a kid. Hey, we got to look at the best-selling albums. We got the best-selling albums all the time. Do we have time to put that up? Yeah, it may surprise you. It might not. Eagles' Greatest Hits, Michael Jackson's Thriller, Led Zeppelin 4, Pink Floyd's The Wall, AC/DC, Back in the Black.
Yeah. Yeah, and guess what?
What?
people will still buy it no matter what the genre. I think it was in Men in Black they said, oh, I got to buy the White Album again. And this was in the year 3030 or whatever. So it doesn't matter the format. People are still going to buy the Eagles' greatest hits, Back in Black.
Yeah.
You know, whether it's compact disc, LP, cassette tape, 8-track, or MP3.
Hey, we got to go.
Yeah.
Will you come back?
I'll be back.
Come back and hang out with
I'd
us.
love
You're
to.
great. You're the
Thank
best.
you. Thanks, Russell.
Music journalist
Thanks for
Patrick
having me.
Flanary.